So create the user, add the role to the user, add the role to the group in OCI. And also we have discussed how to create OIC instance, ATP, VBCS, OPA. How to create the OIC instance, ATP, VBCS, and OPA. So this is we have discussed. So even though this work you will not do for sure in the real time base. So what is our work is OIC. OCI is different and OIC different ways. OCI is the console where we can do these things, which I have shown last class. Someone will ask you in interview, OCI, what you have done. So you say that OCI is OCI, we have not done anything. OCI, I know only just how to create the user, how to add the role to the user, and how to create the instances. This and all you can tell. Okay. And OCI is the console where we can create the instances. OCI is the console where we can create the instances. Users. So OCI is the console where we can create the instances, users, etc. And OIC is the integration tool or instance which will come from OCI. So OIC is the integration tool or instance which will come from OCI, Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. So by using OIC tool, we can integrate the data, between two systems or two applications, two softwares. So by using the OIC tool, we can integrate the data between two systems, two applications, and two softwares. Two softwares. Okay. So this is clear or not, guys? So example, I already told you in the first class of the OIC, we have a FBDI integration we have done, right? FBDI integration and HDL integration, right? We have done HDL integration, right? FBDI data load and HDL data load we have done, right? So this FBDI and HDL we have done a manual approach, right? So what manual approach means, we have to prepare the data file, send the file to UCM, and then we have to run the program, load interface file for import program. Then we have to run the program called import interface, that import invoices, something we have done, right? So this is all manually we have done, right? So I want to that each and every step without manual intention. Without manual intention, we have to automate. So that can be taken care by OIC tool. Even HDL import also, whatever you have done manual approach. So I want to make this as automation. So that can be taken care by OIC. For example, I have a BIP report in there. That report output I want to send to any other third-party system, third-party software. So OIC will be taken care. One more example I will give. For example, in my company, whenever the new product created, new item created, new supplier created, immediately on the fly, I want to send that information to respective third-party system. So that also will be taken care by OIC. Understand or not? So by using the OIC tool, what it will happen, guys? You understand or not? So OIC tool, you can automate the FBDI programs, HDL. So the general will be taken care by OIC tool. Understand or not? So before we start this basic information, you should understand, guys. So when you are learning anything, so what is the purpose of OIC? Why we are learning? I told you 2 or 3 examples. Now we are going to see practical examples. Practical examples how we can do the integrations in OIC. Almost around 10 to 12 integrations I will cover, guys, in our classes. 10 to 12 integrations I will cover in the classes. Okay. So coming to the first, when we start when we are explaining about the integration, first important information is first you have to understand the adapters. So the first integrations when we are discussing, you need to understand the adapters, and then you have to understand the connections. Then you have to understand the integrations. So any integration, these 3 are the important ways. Any integrations, any integration development, these 3 are the important. So you consider the example, guys. You know laptop, right? Laptop, when you are charging, when you want to charge the laptop, so what is required? Okay, laptop required charging or not?
Yes, required.
Okay, so to charge the laptop, what is required?
Power.
Adapter required, na?
Yes.
Adapter required, right? Adapter means I can say charger, right? So this adapter, how you can apply to the laptop? Tell me.
It will have some input and output and
You should have a connection, na?
yeah.
Electricity connection required or not?
Cable connection.
Yes,
Yeah.
electricity
To
required.
adapter.
Some electricity connection required or not? Without connection, can you apply this adapter to laptop or yes or no?
No. Connection is required.
Connection required. So that means if you want to get the charging for the laptop, what is required? Adapter required, connection required. Then you can apply the adapter to the laptop through connection, right? Okay, I will write this statement. You can apply the adapter to the laptop through you can apply the laptop. You can apply the adapter to the laptop through connection or via connection. Both are same. Same way. For example, you are integrating multiple systems, right? Multiple systems you are integrating, right? So we have adapters like SAP adapter, ERP, SAP, Salesforce, Twitter, Facebook, REST adapter, SOAP adapter. So SAP, Salesforce, Twitter, like that we have a adapters are there. So these adapters can use these adapters, you can apply in the integrations through connections. So you want to integrate the data between two systems, SAP to Oracle apps, SAP to Oracle Cloud, Salesforce to Oracle Cloud. So these are all the adapters available in the integration tool. So if you want to integrate these adapters in integrations, what is required? Connection required. Connection required. So directly adapters cannot talk to the integrations. Adapters cannot talk to the integration directly. Adapters, how it can be talked to the integrations via connections. Same way, adapters directly you cannot use, right? Via connection only, right? So without connection, this adapter maybe you can use, but there is no use, right? Power will not be supplied, right? Correct or not? Same way, so whatever the adapters are there here. See here, I'm just telling examples. Only this adapter names, right? But around 80 to 100 adapters are there in our Oracle OIC tool. Now these adapters we can apply in the integration through connections. Without connections, we cannot apply these adapters in the integrations. Understand this point or not? I will show you. I will show you now. Okay, so now if you look at this one, go to the design. So we have adapters. See, when I show adapters, this plug symbol is coming right here. Did you observe?
Yes, sir.
See, now 109 adapters are there. Amazon. If you want to get multiple DB to LF, something is there, right?
Monthly, the adapters are is inbuilt or else?
Inbuilt only. These are the inbuilt.
Okay.
These are the inbuilts. But when you want to use these adapters in integration, we should know connection details. So this connection details who will give? So for example, Oracle ERP Cloud is there. So this we know, right? Oracle ERP Cloud details. Oracle HCM Cloud we know, right? So we know Oracle HCM Cloud details. We can connect Oracle ERP Cloud in the connection window. So for example, now if you want to use this one NetSuite in my integration, so you need to have a connection details. And what is mean by connection details? Anyone can tell answer? Okay.
Communication between two.
No. So for example, Dev 17, how you will open? Tell me, guys. How you open the Dev 17? If I have a URL, can you open?
No, we need a
Login
user ID and
details.
password.
We need to use the username and connection details, right?
Yes.
Same way. Now our understanding is what we have a Oracle ERP. We have, right? Oracle ERP we can connect, but NetSuite, if you want to connect to the NetSuite also required some connection details, no? NetSuite also we require username and password, right? Then only you can connect it. So the bottom line is, guys, adapter, connections, integration. So these three are interlinked, guys. Adapters, connection, and integration. You have only adapter, you don't have connection details, then you cannot use. If you have connection details, if you don't have adapter, then it will not work. There is no meaning of you have only connection that can be accessed in integration. So these three are required to develop any kind of integrations, guys. These three are required to develop any kind of integrations. So let's say, for example,
Once the connections will be both end or only the SAP Salesforce, like first.
okay, I'll ask one question. Oracle ERP, the adapter. So do you have Oracle ERP credentials or not?
Yes.
No?
Yes.
Connection. Yes. Then integration. SAP. SAP, the adapter is there, but do you have connection details?
Yes.
Connection details you have SAP. We don't have, na? No.
No, sir.
Integrations also we can use or not? No. How to open the adapter screen. First, integration after you open, go to the design adapters. So whatever the adapters I am showing right here, so these adapters I can access from the connections. Go to the connections, create the connection. For example, I want to access Oracle ERP adapter. So this is Oracle ERP adapter.
Vamshi, can you repeat it once, the path?
Oracle HCM. For example, I want to access Oracle ATP. So whatever the adapters are there, these adapters I can access in the connections. So which path you want to show once again?
After adapters, what you do?
After others.
So this is the adapters, right? You want to access these adapters in the connections, go to the connections, create. For example, I want to connect to Oracle ERP connection. Oracle ERP I want to do. Oracle ERP. Here you need to mention the name, identifier, trigger, the role, something is there. You can create. So when I click the create, it will ask the username and password of the Oracle ERP details. So anyway, that we are going to discuss in the coming classes. Understand or not? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Fine. Now, so these 3 points clear or not, guys? Adapter, connection, integration. Now, in the connection, we have 2 types of roles are there. Okay. And okay, I want to, before I explain the connection, adapter. Adapter, I want to tell you some more things. Adapter contains some information. Not integration, some information. What do you mean by information, guys? Okay, I will ask one question to you guys. In REST adapter, what information will be there? In REST adapters, in REST adapters, what options available? Tell me. We discussed, right? REST adapter.
Here, whatever the operations we are doing, get to, post to,
Get to, get all,
Patch.
post.
Post to patch.
So that means when you do the REST connection, you will get these options. The options mean this information will get. So that means when you are using the REST adapter in our integration, so we will get these options or this, what I can say, this information will get. Okay. HCM cloud. HCM cloud is adapter. In HCM, what information will be there?
Reports. Security.
HDL. HDL is there, na? HCM. HDL.
Yes.
HCM extract. HDL, HCM extract. All
Reports.
HCM related, all HCM VIP reports.
OTP.
Everything, all HCM information, HCM related will be there in the HCM cloud adapter. With this understanding, SOAP adapter. In the SOAP adapter, what information will be there? Operations. So every adapter have a unique information will be there. Example, HCM cloud, HCM related operation, HCM related information will be there. REST adapter, this information will be there. SOAP adapter, this information will be there. Okay, Oracle ERP cloud adapter, what information will be there? ESS job, you know that ESS job? Submit request. ESS job, submit ESS job request. Example I'm telling you this. Okay, so Oracle ATP adapter. Oracle ATP adapter, what information will be there? Tell me. Okay, in Oracle ATP database, what you can do? Tell me. Database, what you will do? Simple question I'm asking. Database, what you will do? Select.
DML
Update.
and DDL operations.
DML, DDL, all things you can do, right? So if you use the adapter also, all information, all the things we can do. Understand or not? So REST adapter, HCM cloud adapter, SOAP adapter, Oracle adapter. So like that, Salesforce. If you take the Salesforce information will be there. If you take the SAP related information will be there. Like that, every adapter have a unique information will be there. Unique options available. If you take the REST adapter, these options will come. If you take the HCM cloud, these options will come. Understand guys what is meant by adapter? So what it contains? Anyway, when we develop the integration, you also will get understand on this. Confusion if is there, then you can ask me guys. Okay. Connections. We have two types. Connections, types or roles. Types are roles. Connection we have types are roles. We have a trigger, trigger, invoke, trigger and invoke. So we have a three types of connections are there: trigger, invoke, trigger and invoke. Not three types of connections are there, or three types of roles are there in the connections: trigger, invoke, trigger and invoke. If you look at the connection, here we have a trigger, invoke, trigger and invoke. So listen carefully, pay attention guys. So this is the most common interview question if you attend the OSC interviews. So guys, here when these adapters, whatever the adapters are there, right? So these adapters, you want to use starting point or starting point you want to use, or next points you want to use. So if you want to use this adapter starting point, for example, I want to get the data from the REST adapter. Starting itself, I want to get the data. Then this REST adapter I will configure as a trigger. This REST adapter I will configure as a trigger. Okay, so adapters, when we have to use starting or next. If you use the starting of this adapter in integration, that is called trigger. Okay, if you use the adapter in the integration as starting point, that is called trigger. Understand another point? Okay, invoke means if you create the connection as REST connection as invoke. Okay, if you create the REST connection as invoke, you cannot use. If you use example, I'm taking the example of REST adapter. REST adapter in integration as starting point. You need to configure the REST adapter as the trigger in the connection. If you use the REST adapter in the not in the starting point, then we can create the connection as invoke. Then we can create the connection as invoke. Connection type as invoke. Same point. Use the REST adapter. Starting point. REST adapter. Starting point. Then we can create the connection type as the invoke trigger. If you define the trigger as this adapter, if you define the trigger as this REST adapter, you cannot use the after starting point. You cannot use after starting point. Understand or not? So what do you mean by starting point and next points? I will tell you. Go to the integration. So for example, I am using the ERP Salesforce. So now if I put the cursor, see now if you put the cursor, what it is coming? Starting point Oracle ERP Cloud, right? So if I put the cursor, it is showing as Oracle ERP Cloud at starting point. Did you observe? So,
Yes, sir.
Yes.
so that means Oracle ERP Cloud configured as a trigger. So if Oracle ERP Cloud connection is invoke, you cannot use this starting point here. Understand, right? So if Oracle ERP Cloud connection as trigger, then you can use the starting point here. So this is not starting point, right? Hello.
Okay.
This is not starting point. This is the starting point, right? Now you tell me, guys, if I mention the not starting point of the adapter, this is Salesforce is adapter, right? If I'm not mentioning the adapter not in the starting point, then what we can say this one? Invoke. If you look at this one, if I press the if I put the cursor, it is showing top in the small pop-up.
Invoke 0.
If I put here, what it is showing top?
Trigger.
Trigger.
So this is the best example for what I mean by starting point. What is the not starting point? Simple, guys. Any adapter you want to use as starting, you can define the connection as a trigger. Any adapter you don't want to use the starting point. Okay, simple example I will tell you. For example, I want to send the data from Oracle ERP to Salesforce. I want to send the data from Oracle ERP to Salesforce. Now you tell me which one is trigger and which one is invoke.
ERP is
Or,
trigger.
ERP is trigger.
ERP is the trigger.
Salesforce is
Sale.
invoke.
Very good. Salesforce is invoke. But my requirement is different. I want to get the data from the Salesforce to Oracle ERP. Then Salesforce, you can use the trigger.
Trigger.
Oracle ERP is the
Invoke.
Invoke.
I will ask one more question to you guys here. When you use the invoke, except starting point, you can use any other places also here. So that means the Salesforce I'm using here, this point, and this point also I'm using. Got it or not? See, that means when you are using the Salesforce as invoke, except starting point, you can use any other place in the integration. Got it or not?
Can you repeat it again?
See, when you create the connection as invoke, except starting point, you can use any other places in the integration.
Sir, how do we know that where to use that invoke in any other point?
That and all I will discuss in the classes. Means why we have to use the multiple places.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I understand your question. For example.
Yeah.
I understand. I will explain this one. You know, right? We discussed about the ESS job run, right? ESS job run in the SOAP. We discussed or not?
Yes.
Consider this ESS job run in the SOAP. Now, how many times we ran ESS job in the SOAP? 3 times or 2 times or 1 time?
3 times.
SOAP. See, SOAP we have run 3 times, right?
3 times, yeah.
Submit ESS job request. Submit ESS job request and status, then download
and export.
For example, if you use this SOAP connection as trigger, you cannot do this like this. Got it done now? So if you use the SOAP connection as a trigger, what is the SOAP adapter name? ERP integration service, right? If you use the SOAP ERP integration service connection as a trigger, you cannot do this in 3 times. Now what you need to do this one?
Invoke.
Now you understand now why we have to do the invoke? So invoke means, let me complete this one. Invoke means you can run the submit ESS job in one place. Same SOAP web service, you can get the status. Same SOAP web service, we can download the output. Getting or not now? So you are asking that how we know that why in which case we have to use multiple places, right? So this is the multiple places we are using, right?
So, yeah, we are using only trigger.
No, if you use the trigger, you cannot use multiple places, only starting point. But if you use the invoke, I will run the SOAP web service as a request. I will get the status and I will download.
Okay, but we can't use invoke at the starting point, right?
100% we cannot use.
Okay.
Now your question is, but this same SOAP service, I want to use the starting point also.
Yeah, yes, sir.
That is what your question, right?
Yeah.
So now I already told you now, we have another connection type is there.
Okay, trigger and invoke. Okay.
That means if you use the connection as trigger and invoke, you can use the starting point, you can use the wherever you want, you can use.
Okay, got it, sir.
So all these are all connections, Vamsi, map, invoke, all these are all.
No, map different. Map different. Map is different. I will tell you map. So I have a data there here. I want to map this data to Salesforce columns. then mapper we can use. Here I have columns. Here I have columns. I want to map this data to Salesforce. Then I can use the mapper.
Here we will see trigger and multiple inverts and maps we'll see in this flow chart.
Yeah, yes, correct.
Alright.
Simple guys, the adapter when you want to use in your integration, starting point or not starting point. So that is defined by that is defined by connection types. I hope you understand right now. There is still any confusion? I think I explained properly only. Confusion there, Ashok?
No, sir,
No,
understand.
sir. No, sir. Understand.
Okay. Tell me what you understand, Ashok.
Trigger will be used at the starting point.
Okay.
Invoke may use at middle or end point. If you use both invoke and trigger, we can use starting point or end point or middle point.
Very good. Correct. So consider the example. You remember it, soap adapter. Soap adapter, I have run 3 times, right? So submit ESI job request. Then we got the status. Then we downloaded the soap request output. Now you tell me. If you want to use multiple places, we need to the invoke or trigger.
Invoke.
Invoke.
Invoke is the correct answer. Simple guys. To use multiple places of your integration, then blindly you can go with the invoke. You want to use this ERP integration not only starting point, multiple places you want to use, even starting point also. Then blindly you can go with the trigger and invoke. Right? Simple. And if you use the our ERP connection, this soap adapter only as trigger. If you configure the soap connection, soap adapter as only trigger. Then you cannot use you cannot use the starting point. Sorry, you cannot use
Only starting.
Later.
Yeah, you can use only starting point. You cannot use other than starting point. You cannot use other than starting point. If you use the soap connection as the trigger, you can use only in the starting point. You cannot use other than starting point. Understand, right? And one more thing. This connection, okay, this soap connection. The soap connection, first I configured as trigger. So I have used in one integration. I have used one integration. I have used one integration. But the same soap connection, I have another integration. Can I use or not? So I have created one soap connection, guys.
No.
If it is same
Yes.
source, we can use it.
Okay, let me integration 1, integration 2. So I have soap connection I have created. This soap connection I have used only trigger. But integration 2, I don't want to use in the starting point. Then can I use this soap connection in the integration 2 or not?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
No, soap connection I have used the trigger, right?
Yes.
Soap connection I have used the trigger. Integration 2 I don't require to use in the starting point. Integration 1 starting point. Integration 3 starting point. now this SOAP connection I can use only in integration 1 and integration 3. Integration 2 I cannot use. Why? Because integration 2 I don't require to use the starting point. Got it or not? So in this
So
case, what we
can
will
you
do? You can use the invoke. If you use the SOAP connection invoke and trigger, you can use the integration 1, integration 2, and integration 3. So that is the reason. So better when you are creating the connections, make sure that SOAP or REST connection use the invoke and trigger. So that you can access any number of integrations. The reusability will be there. The connections you can reuse in the other integrations.
Sir, can you explain again?
For example, I have 3 integrations are there. First integration, I want to use this SOAP connection the trigger. Second integration, I don't want to use in the trigger. Third integration, I want to use in trigger. So, but if you configure the SOAP connection as SOAP connection, okay. If I say trigger means you will not understand starting point. Here, starting. Here, not starting point. Not starting point. So if I configure this SOAP connection as a trigger, only integration 1 and integration 3 you can use. Integration 2 you cannot use. Why? Because the SOAP connection we have configured as a trigger. Got it, no?
Yes. Yes, sir.
But if you configure the SOAP connection as the invoke and trigger, then all 3 integrations.
Second also can be used.
Second also
Yes.
we can.
For second integration also, if I need for starting point, then I
You
can
can
use.
use. You can use.
Okay.
Correct.
So one connection we can use for multiple integrations.
That is what I am telling this point.
Okay.
The connection not only for one integration, you can use for multiple integrations. But you should define the appropriate connection rules. So we have discussed about the adapter and connections. Now we have to discuss about the integration styles. Integration styles. Integration styles. So integration styles are Gen 2, very, very important interview point of view. Gen 3. Gen 2, we have a app-driven schedule, basic routing, publisher and subscriber file. But Gen 3 they have reduced to 3: application, schedule, and event based. Someone will ask you in interview, what is the difference between Gen 2 and Gen 3? This is the one of the point, but we will discuss coming classes. This is the regular interview question. Connection types and integration version Gen 2 and Gen 3, what is the difference? So in Gen 2 we have this many styles are there. Gen 3 we have these styles are there. Application, schedule, and event. Gen 2 we have a app-driven, schedule, basic routing, publisher and subscriber, and file-based. Understand or not? So this discussion about app-driven differences I will explain on next class. Tomorrow no class, Monday I will continue. So any questions you can ask me. So if you understand the connection types, guys, it will be very easy. While we develop the integration, it will be very easy for developments. Connection types are very, very important.
Vamshi,
Yeah.
while giving connections,